What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. Chris is not here though, so I don't know why I even said his name. Worthless. Worthless. Chris, man.
Because we had
Good
like four
God.
or five episodes in a row. We were all
We
here, and
were
so it was just
we were
natural.
on such a streak. It was like
Yeah.
just not, don't say anything. It was like, oh
Yeah.
man, be quiet. Like we're all here. And now he's not. So we made it one episode in 2025.
Right.
So yeah. Uh on the brunch breakdown today, we're going to be talking a Red Lobster. We got a lot of food, a lot of food.
Yeah.
Red Lobster is officially ending something that almost ended them, which we're going to talk about. We got a favorite snack by state map, which I can't wait to talk about. College football playoff, Notre Dame
Boy.
versus Ohio State. We're going to talk about that and a funny story with Ohio State fans going to the wrong game. Hopefully they go to the wrong game again. I don't know how they'll do it, but hope they do it again. Plus we got beer, we got music, we got more. And it was a great week in music, by the way. So I can't wait to get to that with you, Dan, on this show and let everybody know where they can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Absolutely. Anywhere podcasts are available is where you can find us. It's that simple. We have new episodes each and every week. They come out on Wednesdays. Hit follow or subscribe to your favorite place where you like to listen to podcasts, and the episode is going to come straight to you. No need to come looking for us. It'll come straight to you. It's that simple. Full video episodes are available as well. You're going to want to get some eyes on this snack map that we're talking about and some other food-related items. There's an important visual along with this program, and you can find that video episode on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Spotify. If you listen on Spotify, you can get the video there as well. Those also come out on Wednesdays, but premiere at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, on demand anytime you'd like to watch after that. We're everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. And of course, you just mentioned Big Week in Music. And we're going to give you what we're listening to this week. And we put that into the Sounds of Brunch playlist. And that gets updated exclusively on Spotify each and every Friday. So tell Siri, tell Alexa, tell any assortment of AI configurations out there, hey, it's Friday. Play me the Sounds of Brunch and enjoy.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Well, Dan, it's time to get random topics off our chests. So let's get it. Dan, get it off your chest.
Well, Didi, I feel like I've kind of taken ownership of this role for some reason on this podcast, and maybe not even just for the podcast, but for the world and for the globe as a whole, because it's happening again. And I'm here to give you a warning. It's happening again. We've done our very, very best to get out in front of this type of information that I'm about to share with you before it's too late. And that's what I'm trying to do here again today. We've seen Bed Bath & Beyond go down, right? Express. We've been on the hashtag Save Express bandwagon for a long time. I hope that you're still following through with that, everybody. Rite Aid, boom. Gone, just stores, gone, right? And recently, Party City, out. That one hurts. That one hurts. And if you're still listening to this now, get to your local Party City. They're having some great closeout sales. Get to Party City. Unfortunately, Party City's gone. Next up on that list may very well be Kohl's. That's right.
No,
yeah.
Stop. That will affect my family.
So we're trying to get out and we're trying to get out ahead of it, right? Okay, we're trying to get out early as possible. They announced they're closing 27 stores to start 2025. Doesn't seem like maybe not a big number, but my fear is this is just the beginning. This is how it starts with all of them. It's first, there's like the underperforming stores, right? We're going to close them. And then it's a couple dozen more. And then before we know it, they're gone. That's how quickly this happens, honestly. First of all, we're going to talk about this with Red Lobster, what was kind of taking them down later, right? I think I know what Kohl's problem is. Bed Bath & Beyond gave away the 20% coupons in the mail each and every week, right? You knew it was a matter of time. Kohl's. Have you ever been into Kohl's? These stores are huge. There's way too much inventory sitting on the floor in these stores. They're enormous. I think that's why we love them, but they're huge. Can you imagine the amount of inventory in dollars sitting on the floor at any given time of a Kohl's. I love Kohl's. It's one of the few places left that you can go when you like need to find a gift for somebody that you have no idea what to get them for, to get for them, right? You know, people finally realized after all these years that everything's on sale at Kohl's like all the time. And I think
Oh,
that's part of the problem here too. The inventory and like everything's always on sale, just like varying degrees of on sale at Kohl's. But nevertheless, people, it's time. We cannot lose Kohl's, right? This is a great value department store that you don't have to usually go into. You don't have to go into a mall, which is also beautiful about Kohl's. So, ladies and gentlemen, grab your Kohl's cash, right? Go get some clothes. Go get some stuffers for next year, right? Go get some seasonal decor. Even licensed professional and college sports team gear. It's all at Kohl's, guys. It's all at Kohl's. Get a vacuum while you're there. They're in the back, but go get a vacuum, right? Always make your way to the back. Good stuff in the back. I really don't want, like 20 years from now, the generation of our children to be on whatever form of social media they are on, creating memes of abandoned Kohl's stores like they do right now with Blockbuster. Just like the letters removed off the facade, and then just you could see the KOHLS in dirt. I don't want that to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Hashtag save Kohl's.
dude, I'm with you. And I always feel like Kohl's is always giving you money to spend in the store the next time you go. I think
Yeah.
they got to stop doing that.
A lot of
Maybe
Kohl's
every
cash.
5 times, like every 5 times they give you Kohl's cash. Like not every time. It's like
Right.
I'll go into Kohl's and I'm just like, wait, what are you giving me? Why are you giving me more
Yeah.
stuff? Let me do it for the next time I come here. Stop doing that. Stop. You got to stop for a little bit. Like,
Yeah, it's like
I
spend
love no.
$50, you get $10 in Kohl's cash for free. Like here's 10 free dollars. What?
Like, I love Kohl's too because before like Whole Foods does the Amazon returns now, so does a couple other places. Kohl's was the place that did
Yeah.
the Amazon returns. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You know how many
Hmm.
stuff that would just be stuck in my house because I'm like, I don't feel like returning this. But no, Kohl's is just like, no. And then we'll give you Kohl's cash. Maybe it's Amazon's fault. Is it Amazon's fault? Not because Amazon, for all the reasons Amazon is making places shut down, but is it Amazon's fault? Was this their like move? They were like, I bet we can infiltrate Kohl's by
Hmm.
by doing the returns there and making them give money to people who do returns. Because that was the thing. We had so many, it was like at one point you were getting like 25% off. I know it's less now, but like you were getting 25% off just by returning your Amazon shit at Kohl's.
Woo.
So like yeah, like when they started it, it was 25, and I think it went to 20. And I don't even, maybe it's, I don't know what it is now or if it's nothing, but like I just know it was 25% off the next time you go to Kohl's when you returned anything from Amazon at Kohl's. So we just were stacked up with all these things in our, like, it would just be in my car.
Yeah.
Just like every time it's like, oh, we're going to Kohl's. Oh, let me get in there. Here you go. 25% off.
Yeah.
So I think Amazon played the long game and got in there and
Yeah.
messed it
Sneaky.
up.
Sneaky. Sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. That's
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's we got to get out there and save Kohl's. Yeah, don't I maybe don't I said grab your Kohl's cash, maybe don't use it. Maybe just wait and pay full price. Do what it takes.
Yes.
Do what it
Yeah.
takes cuz I don't
Man.
want to be scrambling. I won't know where to go to get money things anymore. We got a Kohl's right down the road. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so do we. And you know the thing about Kohl's and in a lot of these places, the footprint that Kohl's leaves, what store is taking that?
So I mean, it's
Because
too big.
it's so big. Like Kohl's takes up like an entire block
Yeah.
of like it's like a shopping center. It's like Kohl's, and then it's like Subway, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing,
Yeah.
and it's like a million other stores, and Kohl's is just takes up all of that space. Like Kohl's is bigger than the rest of the stores in the shopping plaza or whatever, strip mall or whatever. Like it's, jeez.
Exactly. That's why I fear like that meme could become a thing because no store can slide in there. There's still the old Bed Bath and Beyond that was near us that's still sitting there, 38,000 square feet available for lease. It's just sitting there because no one in there, no retailer in their right mind can just slide into a store of that size that already isn't established. And like Kohl's is at least that size, potentially more. I don't know, man. It's a huge footprint. It's a huge footprint, huge store. Just I don't know. It's just Kohl's says yes to everything. It seems like. Yeah, we'll carry that. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah, we got that. We got that for you in store. Don't worry about
Like,
online.
like, does yours have a Sephora
Yeah,
inside of it?
yeah,
And it's just like, yeah, there's Kohl's was just like, oh, yeah, you just want to put a whole store in here?
yeah. Sure,
Cool.
we got room.
Let's
We got
go.
room.
We'll do it. Man. All right. I want to get this off my chest. It's been a wild week here in Los Angeles, as everyone has known, because I have been getting phone calls and texts from every single person that I've ever met in any point in my life. Like not just you, Dan. Not just you.
I figured.
Which it was no, it's because you were the first person that actually reached out. I think it was like Wednesday morning or something like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, uh because Siobhan was like, "Oh yeah, like my parents have been blowing me up, or whatever," and I was like, "Dan's the first person to hit me up," and I was like, "You know why Dan has probably hit me up? It's because there are cities like because Dan, you've been here so many times.
Hmm.
Like for someone who doesn't live here, you've been here so many times, right? And
Right.
so
Yeah.
when when I was like, oh, because I was like, he probably turned on the news or whatever, and is seeing on a map a bunch of places that he knows because that's where I live. I've lived in the same general area for 10 years. So when
Right.
you see places like Encino, Burbank, Ventura, da da da, it's like you're like, whoa, wait, that's Dee Dee's area. Like you actually know. So
Right.
when you hit me up, I'm like, yeah, it's a little serious around here. It's a little
It's
serious
exactly
around
what
here.
happened. It's exactly what
Yeah.
happened. If it was south of the city, I would have never texted you. I'd been like,
Exactly. Because that's the
right.
thing. That's what I was like. Yeah, it's like yeah, I gotta take these calls seriously this time. Because usually when there's fires, it's like someone will hit me up. It's because there's a fire in like Northern California that it would take me 9 hours to get to. And one time my parents called me about a fire like that, and I was like, guys, um, do I call you whenever there's a hurricane that's about to like go through Myrtle Beach? Like that's kind of like what you're doing right now. Um, but no, this is actually serious, and a lot of people have lost their homes. We know some people who have been affected, and it stinks. And but there was one thing that I thought about when I was getting a bunch of calls from people that I hadn't talked to in years, right? Just like, oh man, you live in LA. I don't know where you live. Well, I hope you're doing well. And I thought, man, like it felt kind of good to know that like some people that I haven't talked to in forever were like, I think like, Dee Dee lives there, Daniel lives there. Like, let me check in on him. Like, I haven't even talked to him forever. And I was like, that feels good. But then it made me think about the people who are like, Dee Dee lives there. Hope he burns. And I know those people are
Wow.
out there. I know those people are out there. There was this one guy who was obsessed with my ex-girlfriend so much so that he thought he was going to marry her, and he did not. And I imagine he saw that and was like, I hope he burns. But anyhow, I just want to say thanks to everybody who reached out. I know maybe I feel like I've been very calm about this thing. It has been very stressful with the kids and all of that stuff, but it's just living where we live. It's very hard for the fire to get to in the valley. It's like mountains, hills, then the valley. So it's a lot has to happen for things to get to us, but air quality sucks and all of that. So it's we're doing fine. Three kids stuck inside, no school, not great. Um, not great. But we're figuring this whole thing out, and but a lot of people are actually are in bad shape, and that's one of the reasons why it's like it's in a way it's stressful, but then it's also like calming because we are not affected, but then a lot of people are very affected. So a lot of things you see are rough and they're true, and it is sad. Um, but just I don't know. I just want to tell people to just stay off the internet. You've seen the worst of it. You've seen it. It's bad. There's a lot of just awful things that you just constantly being thrown at you. It's bad. And I just think everyone, just watch your news. You'll see an update. You don't need to be on Twitter updating the feed all the time. There's
Yeah,
just
no
a
doom
lot of stuff.
scrolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doom scrolling. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Doom scrolling is just bad, especially at this time. It's very depressing. It's just like you just don't go down that rabbit hole. Just, pray for those families, firefighters, all of that, people who are working crazy to get all of this stuff somewhat contained. And there have been little fires that have popped up because of arsonists, because there's always bad faith actors in these situations, and they've been put out like super fast. Um, and it's like I don't even know how they get to the shit so fast. I have no idea. Like, firefighters, especially the forest, it's like forest fire, like people who are specifically forest fire rangers and firefighters that do forest stuff. It's like it's fascinating, and it's just like I just can't believe what these people are doing. So yeah, don't buy into all the politics and all that dumb shit too, because our president and who person who will be our president in about 10 days or whatever the hell, it's just being a dipshit. So
Yeah.
it's just don't buy into any of that. Just pray for those families. Know that, I'm okay, but a lot of people aren't. So just, fires it's a crazy thing. And it's the winds that are making this so bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Smokey the Bear, famously left wing. So just be careful. No, just like well, it's amazing. It's good to hear that you're good. Fam is good. Everybody's well there, and it's kind of amazing that you were still able to join us here today. But like, what's Chris's excuse? Right? Burning inferno around you, and you're like, yeah, I can make it. I can make it. Chris is like,
I was like,
no, not, I can't do it.
there was a point around, I don't know, was it like 10 last night that I was like, might not be doing the pod today.
Yeah,
But no, we're here. We're
you're
here,
here.
Listen, hey, some people are dedicated to the pod. Some people are dedicated to their families. You know what I mean? Chris is
Yeah,
dedicated to being sick with his family.
yeah,
I'm dedicated to get on this pod, talk
yeah.
about the fires.
You're
Who
like, we
I'm
can't
like,
leave for at least an hour. Gotta get an episode in. Come on. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Pack the car. I'll be there when I'm done.
Oh man, but yeah, it has been a week, and there have been some brews drank, by the way.
Oh,
So
I imagine.
yeah, there have been
Get
some
into
brews
that.
drank. So let's get into brews day, and I want to give a big shout to Pure Sauvignon Blanc. This is according to Total Wines and More, this is their number 3 wine of 2024,
Mm.
and it is super good. And I like Sauvignon Blanc. I do. I've thought I drank everyone. Thought they all were like, I've drank them. They're good. No, this one is just better. Why is it better? I don't know. It's just really freaking good. And I've had a lot of that this week on the nights where my wife didn't look at me and say, "You sure you should be drinking? We might have to leave." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Should probably put this away. Um, but yeah, so it's been a week, but yeah, pure Sauvignon Blanc. That's what I've been sipping on this week. What you got?
Nice, nice. We are deep in the heart of winter over here
Hmm.
in Western Pennsylvania. It's been like a long time since we've had this much snow accumulate over this many days where we haven't just had another day to just melt it all over and we start it all over again. It's kind of nice, but it's kind of annoying because it's still really, really cold. So I went with the winter warmer, looking for a winter warmer, kind of felt appropriate for the season. So Hitchhiker, probably one of the more common named breweries that we have on Brew Day, especially between Chris and myself.
Oh
I
yeah.
tried Hitchhiker's Winter Warmer for the first time this week, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's so smooth, really flavorful, roasty, not overly roasty, malty, not overly malty, and just kind of this really smooth, kind of like light coffee finish to it that just kind of It just gives you that sensation, the warming sensation. And winter warmers can just be fine. They don't really often stand out, but this one stood out. This one did. This one stood out for me this week. So I'm going to be seeking this all week, all winter long. The winter warmer from Hitchhiker.
That is a cool can. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that is a great can. Caramel and dark malts. I like a brown ale.
Hell
I
yeah.
like a brown ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
Tis the season. Yeah.
Yes.
It was very
That
good.
sounds amazing.
Very good.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Cheers indeed.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that sounds I need that. I want that in my life. That sounds good. All right. Well, Dan, let's get into the main menu, my friend.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So you brought to the table the favorite snacks by state. Let's get this map up there. We haven't done a map in a minute.
I know. We really haven't.
We haven't done one.
Which is kind of surprising. But as I'm efforting this, won't let me show you the map. But we're trying
cool.
here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, here it is. Let's see if this works.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, Zoom. See, thanks a lot, Chris. We usually use Chris's Zoom, but we're using mine, and I upgraded my Mac OS this week,
No.
and so all of my settings are jacked up. Here we go.
Dude, why does it do that? Like I had that happen to me, like I forget, like sometime recently, my Mac just updates on its own and everything was just blown to shit. And I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we figure this out? Why does everything gotta suck? But we're
Honestly.
up now.
There we are. There's the map of favorite snacks by state. Again, if you're listening, try to get an eyes on a visual at some point. And I know, before we dive into this, I know looking at a map like this right now might give some people some PTSD. But this map is much more calming. I promise you. I promise you. So, lot to dive in here, Didi. Lot to dive into here. You know what I mean? Just the way that it looks.
Took me a second.
We've been going through a lot of maps of the past 2.5 months or so. So don't need to frighten anybody because there are some things bunched together here that are bunched together in some other ways. So
God, it took me a second, but I'm here now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Take this map down.
We bring in John King to go over this map. John, what do you have to say about the Doritos in the southeast portion of the country here?
Oh God. All right. Dude, when I saw this, the first thing I thought of was Cheerios. Whose favorite snack is Cheerios?
New Jersey, who hurt you?
Like Cheerios? I have no beef with Cheerios. Listen, Cheerios, fine. But your favorite snack is Cheerios?
Yeah. Yeah. This is most sought after in search most sought after in search snack by state. So why New Jersey? Why Cheerios as a snack?
I got it. I have to know. That just seems so, because if there's one thing about New Jersey, okay, Cheerios are bland. Cheerios are just Cheerios. It's nothing special about them. Nothing that makes you crave them.
Yeah.
Like, they're just Cheerios.
Right.
And if there's anything about New Jersey that you can say nicely, is they are not bland. There's nothing bland about New Jersey. New Jersey is larger than life. Big personalities, big hair, big everything in New Jersey. Big mouths, just loud. New Jersey. And I have no idea. Like, this is as weird as them not pumping gas is them in like Cheerios. Like, this, I just don't get it. It's like I'm lost on the Cheerios. That was the first thing I noticed. Was like, what the hell? New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey Cheerios. Very, very, very odd. So looking at this map as a whole, I think I was a bit surprised that the snack that had the most states came in first in most states. They ranked the snacks 1 through 5, and what we're seeing on the map is the number one ranked snack per state. Rice Krispie treats with 18 states. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. I was surprised. And it's kind of from coast to coast. I mean, it's mostly northern, but a lot of Rice Krispie treats throughout. I don't know. I always kind of see that as kind of a mid-tier snack, but people seem to love them. I guess a lot of schools, going to kids' school snacks, that type of thing.
I think because unlike the rest of the snacks on this list, you can make Rice Krispie treats. You can make them. A lot of people bake them at their house. They like make Rice Krispie treats.
Right.
And so like that is a homemade thing. And I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Interesting.
Is that like you can make those, and that's something like I remember making rice. We made Rice Krispie treats like in home ec class, like in 5th or 6th grade. And so I think that's something that you can do like as a family at home, and I think that makes people like them. I've never really liked Rice Krispie treats, just not my jam, you know. But I mean, I get this. I understand why they would take so many states.
Yeah,
because you can not only get it at the store, but you also, can make it at home.
That's a fair point. And I will say that there is a vast difference between purchasing Rice Krispie treats from Kellogg's, the pre-made ones, and making them at home. Huge difference.
Huge difference.
They haven't figured that out yet.
No.
They haven't figured it out. They're not as good. At home, way better.
Yeah.
Way better. So again, looking at this, and for those that can't see it, Doritos just has this stranglehold in the Southeast. It actually starts up in Ohio and goes all the way down the coast to Florida, and up through Missouri, and is just the southeastern portion of the United States is all Doritos. Yeah. Interesting. Cheetos kind of goes from California through the Southwest and into Texas and Louisiana, with a couple of other states sprinkled in from here and there. Fritos, maybe a surprise appearance. Looks like 3 states, at least, with Fritos, kind of in the central U.S. Not a lot of where there's not a lot of people. Put it that way. Not a lot of people. I guess Colorado's in there, right? No, that's not Colorado. I don't even know. The two right here, these 2 states right here, always the 2 states that we have in this country that are just squares that sit on top of each other. And I know we have people listening right now that are screaming at me because I don't know which one is which. But what I want to point out, and a couple of Lays, New York Lays. That makes sense, but lame. What I want to call out though is just shout out to Montana and North Dakota, and for some reason Hawaii. Chex Mix. I mean, Hall of Fame snack, Mount Rushmore of snacks for me. It really is, and it's only those 3, and I just connected, and I wish it was more, but also random in why Montana, North Dakota, and Hawaii chose Chex Mix.
Like, have you ever made puppy chow, Dan?
Hell yeah, brother.
I mean,
yeah.
These must be big puppy chow areas because I have never just
big pup chow country.
Like Chex Mix, not my jam.
Really?
Puppy chow though?
No
puppy
Chex Mix
chow though? Let's go.
Okay.
Just throw a bunch of junk on it.
Yeah, sugar.
I'm in.
Throw a bunch of sugar on Chex Mix, and there you go.
Throw a bunch of junk on it, and then I'm in. So I feel like it just means Hawaii is big on the puppy chow.
Yeah, you don't like Chex Mix though. Not like really. Have you had the bold, the cheddar? They're game changers. Oh. They're game changers. The bold's my favorite. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, big pup chow country here. Maybe that's what really is the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Big puppy chow. And Alaska liking Rice Krispie treats makes completely sense. It makes all the sense in the world.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just Alaska. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's just something about just a I don't know. Just a snack that cause I don't like.
I
I
mean,
just
none of these
really
other ones make sense for Alaska, so I'll give you that. Yeah, like I don't see Alaska as big like Cheetos country. I just don't.
like. It'd be funny if they liked hot Cheetos a lot or something like that in Alaska. That'd be
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
But like,
Let me pull up the Alaska list. So I have a separate list that's 1 through 5 of every state. So obviously Rice Krispie treats came in first, followed by Doritos, then Fritos, oh, and then Cheerios, and then the one we haven't heard yet, Chips Ahoy.
okay,
Chips Ahoy came in 5 for Alaska. There's a couple of snacks that came in at like numbers 2 through 5 for a lot of these states that just didn't get a number one for any state. Just to point those out, Goldfish,
yeah.
Starburst, Pringles, Chips Ahoy, and just like Tostitos. I don't get why Starburst is on this list. Is that a snack or a candy?
I
It's a
mean,
candy, right?
call it what you will. I
If Chris
mean,
was here, he'd be calling it a snack.
I call it a snack.
You call it a snack? It
I
made a
would call
couple
it a
of
snack.
states.
Yeah,
It made a couple of
yeah.
states.
I call it a snack because if you eat like, because I guess it just depends on how you consume Starburst. And as I'm the person who
Right.
had as I'm the person who had a 2-day root canal a couple weeks ago.
There you go. Because you had
Starburst
Starburst
is
as a snack.
Starburst is a snack. Now, for most people, you take one Starburst out the pack, you close it up, call it a day, and you're like, oh shoot, got some Starburst a week later.
Yeah.
No, that's not how people who consume Starburst as a snack consume Starburst.
You
So
don't
to me, it's a
you think
snack.
it's a chore for you to open up them individually because you're eating the whole container, the whole
100%.
large wrap, but you have to unwrap each and every one. Don't you think that's a sign that maybe you're not supposed to just take a bag full of Starburst? The
Oh,
loose bulk Starburst like they're Swedish fish.
listen, I've learned that. I have 100% learned that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is not how it's not how you're supposed to eat Starburst or Sour Patch Kids. They're not supposed to be a snack.
Yeah.
You know, once you pop, the fun don't stop. That's chips.
Yeah.
That's not yeah, that's Pringles. That's not Starburst. That's not Sour
Pringles
Patch
also,
Kids.
yeah, Pringles listed not a number one, but on a lot of states, just 2 through 5. I didn't realize the big controversy around Pringles that like some people just like loathe them because I guess technically they are not potato chips by definition. If there's a great
What
show
are they?
on what's it on maybe History Channel about they always like the things that made America, where it's the people or the machines or the toys. They have the food that built America, and the
Yeah.
episode on chips and in Pringles lawsuits over Pringles not being chips because they don't have like enough potato or something like that is wild. But like once you pop, you
Weird.
can't stop, man. Like I'm a fan. I'm a
I
fan.
I I love Pringles. And sometimes I forget about Pringles, and then
Yeah,
like I'll have a Pringle and I'm like, oh my God, this is the most superior. This is the superior chip. This is just it.
yeah,
Like I just love Pringles.
absolutely.
Um, another one on this that's like here in a couple states, in a few states, Tostitos.
Yes.
I'm just very surprised Tostitos isn't like number one in Texas.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not even on the list in Texas. And I'm just very kind of surprised by that. Like Cheetos, Fritos, like I get that, like because Fritos are huge out here, huge. Fritos are huge. Cheetos big, everywhere, but like Fritos are really big out here. But I'm surprised Tostitos is not on a lot of the lists on these West Coast places and stuff because, like, I mean, you know, we eat tacos with everything. Like we come on,
Yeah.
like it's.
Fair.
I'm surprised that we don't have Tostitos or some tortilla chip on here. Maybe there's too many tortilla chips because there are a lot of tortilla chips
That's
here,
fair.
and maybe that is the difference there. But I feel like tortilla chips is number one, like in one of these states, but like the brand, I guess, would not be it. Yeah. Well, from snacks to our favorite restaurant, or maybe not your favorite restaurant, Red Lobster. We were talking about businesses that have been, in a little bit of trouble, filing for bankruptcy, looking like they were going to be bleak. Well, Red Lobster was one of those, because of their endless shrimp program, it bankrupted them. Too many people getting the endless shrimp, and now they have a new CEO, and he's been on a bit of a press tour, talking on various platforms about Red Lobster and bringing Red Lobster back to prominence. And the one thing he is saying everywhere is that endless shrimp is not coming back.
No more.
It's just dead in it. It's not coming back.
It's done. It's done. And I dig this. I dig this guy. He's kind of a younger guy,
Yeah.
and one of the quotes that stood out during this press tour of why no more endless shrimp, and a verbatim quote is because I know how to do math. I mean, bravo, sir. Bravo. Bravo. Yeah. He says it not he says he's never say never, but like that's why I'm here, because those other idiots let all you can eat shrimp. When they went from seasonal to all the time. That's the wrong thing to do. And he's here to save the day. And I at least appreciate his efforts. And have a little decorum, because the scenes he was setting about what that would do to a restaurant, about the customers, the staff, for all you can eat shrimp. Like, can we have some decorum, please? Like, let's make Red Lobster a little bit of a nicer establishment, right? Let's elevate Red Lobster, if you will. And he's here. He's here to save the day, and I'm all for it, even if that doesn't mean all you can eat shrimp. And when you know you're going to get all you can eat shrimp, you know you're not getting the best stuff. And guess what? Nobody cared, but look what you made me do, quite literally.
Have you ever worked at a restaurant?
Thankfully, no.
Okay. See, neither have I. I wish one of us had, because
Yeah.
I never thought about, until reading through things of this, and like one of the big things with endless shrimp were like the hostile customers
Mm-hmm.
and the decorum, like you were saying. And I just never thought about, like, I've been to all you can eat wing nights. I've been to places that have all you can eat stuff, like whatever. And I guess I just haven't gone at the right night or the right time. But I can see how that would be absolutely awful. Because I've
Chaos.
seen people look like just go crazy on waitresses at a restaurant or whatever. I've seen it do it at bars and stuff. And you're just like, dude, this poor lady just out here just trying to, get your work. And you're just
Yeah.
out here just yelling at her like she does it. Like
Right.
what? She's a waitress. I can only imagine during Endless Shrimp how big of fools people are being, especially when you get a table that's just like, I don't know, they can just pound a bunch of shrimp, because shrimp is not big, and they're
It's
just there just
easy
to
to it's easy to
it's
eat shrimp
easy to just
quickly. Yeah.
yeah, it's easy to
Very
just
fast.
destroy it. Especially the shrimp that they're giving. It's not like you're doing like some peel and shrimp, you know what I mean? Like you're at the beach
Right.
somewhere or whatever. Like we're just talking Red Lobster in your local strip mall in Robinson Township. So yeah, I'm like, endless shrimp can't come back. Like it's just done.
Yeah.
And shouts to this guy for just leading the way. He's like letting you know it's not coming back. We're
Yeah.
done here. There will be
Y-
no more endless anything.
Yeah. Trying to save the day. And
Yeah.
another great quote of his, he had the one video that you had shared over was an interview with NBC News.
Yeah.
And the person, the reporter asked him, "What's up with the tartar sauce?" And his response was, "Yeah, that was a mistake." Just full on. I love the transparency here. Yeah, that was a mistake. He goes, "I'm in the middle of fixing it right now. I did a tartar taste test yesterday, and they're trying to make things better. They are. They're trying to make things better. The Cheddar Bay biscuits we thought were long gone, but he may be here indeed to save the day." Now I was a little surprised. They asked him his favorite part of the lobster, and he said the claw.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. Like, I feel like that's amateur hour type of answer, because it's like fun or easy, or because it's like a big piece, but it's not the best piece, my
No.
guy. Like, so that took me back a little bit, but I'm willing to let that go to save the day for Red Lobster, because otherwise I'm a big fan of this man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his too. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm like, maybe he doesn't like lobster. Maybe that's the
Which is
one little
fine.
thing there. And
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't like lobster to work at Red Lobster. You know?
Right.
Maybe maybe that's part of the job. You really shouldn't like lobster. And maybe the people who ran it before him liked lobster a little bit too much.
That's fair. Yeah. Right. That could be.
Yeah.
That could be. But I love Like no more BS. We are here
No.
again. If Bed Bath and Beyond would have hired this guy and been like, we're pulling the coupons, we're done with them. That could have saved the day. It would have made some people upset. Sure, certainly, would have saved the day. Maybe he can be just independent counsel for Kohl's as we go through these waters to try to save Kohl's and everybody else. But this is what we need. This change. Try to save the day early enough, and that's what he's doing. And that's what he's doing because like the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix on the shelf at the grocery store, anybody can do it. Anybody can make it. It's not the same. It's not the
Yeah.
same. It'll never be the same. So here for it. He did make a claim. He was like, where else can you get 3 types of shrimp for $15.99 or some ridiculous price? And I was like, sir, have you heard of Long John Silver's? I don't know if you want to go on that statement because Long John Silver's is somehow still floating. Somehow still floating around. So, like, don't put yourself in that category with them. Let's worry about quality, right? Because I'm sure you can get that there. But he's bringing back the Hush Puppies. We're excited about that, and he's excited about that.
Yes, this guy is great. I just wonder what it's like to like. I never because when he talked about the tartar sauce, and I was like, oh wow, as the Red Lobster CEO, one day you just have lined up tartar sauce.
Yeah,
You're just like,
your executive assistant blocks off 6 hours on your calendar for tartar sauce tasting. Like, whoa, honey might be late tonight. Got a long day.
like, honey might be late tonight. I think like you're like. If you had a tartar sauce tasting, your wife might be like, "Nah, get a hotel.
Yeah.
I don't want you home. You do you for the rest
Yeah.
of the night.
I'll see you in a couple days.
I don't want that at home."
Yeah. How do you palate cleanse from tartar sauce?
That's what I want to know.
Right? Before they all just blend together. You know, there's certain things when you're tasting certain things, right? That they suggest, you know, coffee or pretzels or something that kind of just neutralizes your palate.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing with tartar sauce. You're like, oh, maybe just take down a couple of shrimp. Maybe that's what it is. Just
It's like you take a bite of a Cheddar Bay biscuit.
That's it.
That's what you do.
That's it.
Because if you're just drinking water and tartar sauce,
Oof.
that ain't right.
You're in
that
for
can't
a long
happen.
day. No. How do you remember 1 from 8? Like,
Yeah.
there's a little bit too much relish in it. I don't know. Like
do you have to take like you might have to take a long break or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Don't love that.
Oh,
So
man.
salute to
listen,
him.
I like tartar sauce, but I'm not trying to try 8 of them.
No. Heck no.
Oh God. Well, hopefully Red Lobster gets back into business. But one thing we're learning about all these places, Endless Shrimp, giving Amazon 25% off and giving everyone way too much Kohl's cash. Party City, I guess charging people like not enough money for balloons. To blow up balloons because like that's the only place you can get somebody to blow up balloons. No, you can't have a helium tank in your house. Nobody wants that in their house.
Nope.
Express, same thing. Given too many coupons to everybody. Listen,
Yeah.
if you're loyal customers like me and Dan, give us all the coupons. We're spending the money.
Uh-huh,
But like
for sure.
other people, what are you doing? Giving these just like random people give you your email. What are you doing? You're just gonna buy 1 shirt for free. What are you doing? God. People loyalty. I think that's what we're learning with these places that are all going down. They've given too much, and then it's too late. Like Bed Bath and Beyond, same thing. Like $20 off, 20% off, like all the time. And that shit just came in your mail. I didn't have to give anything to Bed Bath. That shit just showed up with the freaking McDonald's and Burger King coupons that show up every 2 weeks. Just all of a sudden, Bed Bath and Beyond, here's $20. Like, wait,
it was
what?
too easy. It was way too easy. They made it way too easy to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're finding this out. To stop giving people too much. Make them build the respect, build the loyalty.
Definitely.
Before you start giving out shit for free.
Reward loyalty.
Chill
That's
out.
the key. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dude, college football playoff.
Yeah.
How excited are you for this final? I mean, I know that the whole country loves these teams, Notre Dame and Ohio State. I mean, you couldn't pick 2 teams that better represent this country than Notre Dame and Ohio State. Everyone loves them. I've never heard anyone say one bad thing about Notre Dame or Ohio State, and I am just thrilled for this championship game. I can't wait. Go Irish. Dan, how you feel?
I hate it. It's not the worst case scenario, but it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close. I will be honest with you that I was glad that Notre Dame beat Penn State. Fully transparent there. Absolutely. Absolutely. The lesser of two evils is really the case there. Texas. You had a chance.
Had it.
You had a chance. Quinn Ewers, good luck playing somewhere else next year.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to what these ratings are going to be, because both huge, enormous fan bases, but also so much hatred for both as well. I think it'll be a good game, right? But it's just as everybody predicted, the 7th seed and the 8th seed for the national championship, just like we all wrote it up to be, and here we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope everybody's happy that you got the team that lost to Michigan, to a mediocre Michigan team at the end of the year, and a team that lost to Northern Illinois this year. When you lose to Northern Illinois, you should not be allowed to be anywhere. But guess what? You guys want 12 teams? You got 12 teams. That's what you got. And I knew this was going to happen, and I hate it. And I hate it because I just hate it. Notre Dame and Ohio State should have just been playing in the Fiesta Bowl or something.
Yeah.
And everybody would have been happy, been the same thing.
Yeah.
But instead, it's for the national championship. And I'm just like, that's just not indicative of what the year in college football was. Like, no. And it's weird that these are the two. And you're like, okay. And everyone's going to talk it up. And it's like Ohio State's playing now and how Notre Dame hasn't lost in however many weeks. And they beat all these top 25 teams, whatever. Just like, yeah, but at the end of the year, no one was saying Ohio State and Notre Dame were the best teams in the country. Exactly. Not even close. Not like, you know what I mean? It wasn't a conversation about them being in the top 4. It wasn't a conversation about them being in the top 5. None of it.
Right.
It was, and that's what's so crazy about this. It's like you got 7, 8 playing each other, and no one had them in any conversation. We ended up with 4 teams, and one of those teams, people were like, oh yeah, this might be the best. This might be the best team in the country. But the other ones, no.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse too when they expand it, right? They're going to go from 12 to 14 in a couple of years. And it's just going to get worse and worse. And the regular season needs to mean more. Plain and simple. It needs to mean more. It really, really does. And when you like you just outlined for both Ohio State and Notre Dame, that like those losses need to be more punishing than just be like, yep, you're in the big tournament. And then, oh, by the way, your path is going to be easier than some higher seeds.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
Yeah.
Like they gotta fix this thing, because I'm not excited. Not excited to watch. There were better teams this year that I want to see playing next week. And here we are. But I know you're at least moderately thrilled for half of it.
Oh, listen. If you're going to give us 12 and you're going to give Notre Dame a shot every year, because we're going to be in the 12. Like, we're going to be there most
The fact
years.
that, Notre Dame's not in a conference almost guarantees them in the 12, right? Because they're not, battling that aspect of it.
We'll be there every year.
Don't need a first round bye. Just getting to dance.
I don't need it. Just put us in there. Like, we're good. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, all right, sweet. And because I think Ohio State's going to beat them by 30. I think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be over quick. I really think it's going to be over quick. Just because I don't think if Ohio State goes up 14-0 like they did yesterday, I don't think Notre Dame has the offense to come back. Like, did they have the offense to come back against Penn State? Yeah, because Penn State doesn't have an off. They didn't throw to a wide receiver the whole game.
Insane.
I was like, that is the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Also, the reason why no one should be worried, like, no one should be asking James Franklin to leave. Like, he didn't throw that dumb pass with 30 seconds left to go. Like, I don't know what you guys want from the guy. Like, you have no wide receivers, and somehow you're like a play away from the national championship game, or at least going into overtime, and your quarterback thinks he's Patrick Mahomes and throws cross body. to nobody. I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell that was. Like, he didn't throw that pass. Like, I was like, what are you supposed to do? But yeah, with no wide receiver, almost got into the national championship game. And yeah, just I think Notre Dame's gonna get blown out, but I'm happy. Hey, listen, I'll have Wingstop. I'll be ready. Food will be good, so I'll be
Yeah.
all right, and
You'll
I'll
be
go to bed
fine.
early. That's all.
Who would you rather be right now? James Franklin or Brian Kelly, who left Notre Dame to go win national championships at LSU? Who would you rather be?
My God, dude. Wow. It is not, it is an indictment on Brian Kelly. I'll tell you that. Because Brian Kelly had better quarterback talent than Marcus Freeman's had
Oh yeah.
his first couple of years at Notre Dame. Like,
Oh
because
yeah.
listen, Riley Leonard is a gamer. Like, he is a prototypical like a college quarterback. Like that he is, and you don't see those that much because all we ever talk about is like we see a quarterback have one good game, and it's like, oh man, what's Mel Kiper think? What's
Yeah.
Todd McShay think? Riley
Right.
Leonard, nobody's thinking.
No.
This guy barely can throw. Like he's like if this were like 1996, he'd be running the option. Like he's just the guy's just he's just a gamer. Like he's just one of those uh Tebow type just gamers. Like this guy has no pro future. No, 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 no. He's just he's just gonna figure it out
Right.
because the shit he was doing in that game and just quarterback draws, and he's not like the fastest guy either, and somehow is like out there. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he gives them a game of his life on what was it? What's game's way too far away, by the way. Game's not
It
on the
is.
weekend, it's on Monday,
It's
the
on a Monday.
20th.
They're still keeping this
Like
thing on
what?
Mondays. It makes no
10
sense. Yeah.
days?
It's too
10
long, man.
days? And then you have like NFL playoffs going. We'll know the AFC, we'll know the championship teams, I think, by the time this game goes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
because
after
first round, second
divisional.
round.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
divisional NFL divisional playoff weekend. It'll then be finally the national
The
championship. We'll
fuck
know
is gonna be
who's
thinking about college
the final
football?
four. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's silly scheduling there because I thought the game was going to be like next Saturday or something or next Friday. I didn't know what, and I was like, wait, the 20th?
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget the game's going on.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. But the reason we had to talk about this is because Ohio State fans there are some Ohio State fans who read the bracket wrong for the college football playoff and went to the Orange Bowl for the game and were dressed in Ohio State gear in the lobby, and a reporter from Sports Illustrated saw them and like, what are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh, we read the bracket wrong, but we're in Miami, so let's have at
Got
it.
tickets going to the game. Penn State, Notre, here for Penn State, I guess.
I mean, you could land in worse spots. So shouts to you guys. They just really wanted to go to Miami, but it's hysterical
I don't.
that they did this.
And the reporter was like, they didn't say if they read the bracket wrong and booked it based off of that, or they booked incorrectly. They don't know where. Like it doesn't matter though. There's no reason to screw that up.
No.
No reason to screw that up. No excuse. And I even went through and looked. I went back to a couple of like the first round brackets to see how it looked. Because I know there's like with reseeding, I was like, maybe with reseeding, it's no. Different sides of the bracket the whole time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You knew how those teams, where they were going to get to. You knew that those were the designated bowl games. They weren't switching sides, and it didn't happen that way. But here they are ending up for Penn State, Notre Dame in their Ohio State gear. And again, I mean, they went because they all paid for it, but like that's a reason right there why they shouldn't win the national championship. Just bonehead decision making right there. Come on.
Oh,
And it's more than one person, right?
yeah.
It's more than one person. So neither one of you or none of the 3 or 4 of you was like, wait a minute, guys.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's not right. Because even if you book it, like I said, even if you booked it in advance, maybe before they won, maybe you were a little overly confident and you booked it, but still, they were still not supposed to be at that bowl game ever. Well, they weren't going to make it there. They weren't making it to the Orange Bowl. It was Cotton Bowl the whole time.
Yeah. like, because I thought the story was gonna be like they just tried to pick it. Like I thought it was gonna be like like I thought I was gonna read the headline and then it was gonna be like, oh, they like were like Ohio State's having a good year, let's just pick one or something like that. Like they were just like, all right, Orange
Yeah.
Bowl or whatever. And I thought that was gonna be the story, so that wasn't gonna be that story. No, it was just like a story about some really stupid people. Because it's like the brackets here, the brackets here. It's like going to it's like it's like looking at the NCAA tournament bracket, seeing the cities right here,
Yeah.
and being like, man, I think Pitt's gonna play in Anaheim. And
Yeah.
you're like, they're in the East region. They're not gonna play in Anaheim in the Elite Eight. What are you talking about? Like
It's exactly right. It's
that's
exactly right.
Syracuse right there.
Yeah.
Like because I understand like trying to, I understand if you look at the bracket and you're like, okay, maybe we like try to get tickets to here because it's close to our house or something like that, right?
Right.
And you're like, hey, maybe they got a shot. Team's good this year. They got a shot. We could possibly
Yeah.
go there, whatever. That wasn't the case here. These guys are just dumb. I thought that was truly gonna be it. It was just like, yeah, they were like, we're gonna go for this one. Hopefully they're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that money. It was an expensive mistake.
Big time.
Expensive mistake. At least they saw a good game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did.
but
Dummies. Dummies. So go Notre Dame, because listen, we're no dummies. No dummies.
no
Oh,
comment.
I'm so excited. So excited. All right. Well, Dan, let's get into music. We will save the brunch court for when Chris gets back, because I feel like he will have a lot to say about what I threw in
Yeah.
there for brunch court.
Indeed.
He'll have a lot to say.
Indeed.
All right. Well, it was a great week of music, man. I'm gonna get it started with one of our favorites, who's got an album coming out in about, I don't know, like a week and a half. Teddy
Yeah.
Swims in Giveon. That song is so good. I don't even know what to do with myself. It is so good. It is so good. I've been saying, "Oh, you." I've been doing it nonstop. Nonstop. Are you even real? Giveon, Teddy Swims. That song is just I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait.
He can't miss. He can't
No.
miss. And he's been on this red hot streak for almost 2 years, consistently now. And the fact that we're just getting into building up for this next album is unreal, and so excited. Naturally, that was going to be on the playlist for me as well. Super great song. It's amazing. I cannot wait for that album. But I'll add another one instead. We'll go to here's an artist you haven't heard of before, Daphne, and it's a guy. He's a drummer out of Australia. Okay, he got his degree in jazz performance, and has this kind of project with another. It's a duo, but he's got this solo project now that he's going by the name Daphne, where he's the singer songwriter. He's usually the drummer, so I can relate there. But now he's the singer songwriter. He dropped an album late last year, and the title track is "Perfect Piece of Person I'm Made For." It's kind of a mouthful. That's the title track of the album, and it's just got this catchy, upbeat nature to it. I'm interested to hear more of his sound, of what he did with his other group and this kind of solo stuff. And he got a good enough voice to be a singer, and there's great production value to it. So Daphne with a PH, "Perfect Piece of Person I'm Made For." Mouthful.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. LiAngelo Ball, the third Ball brother, has a song that has absolutely taken over the sports world. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but everybody is saying, put that Jello on, and it is LiAngelo Ball's song, "Swerve." After the Lions clinched the clinched number 1 seed, Dan Campbell says a speech, Jared Goff says a speech, and then somebody just screams, "Put that Jello on!" Swerve. LiAngelo Ball, the third Ball brother, has finally figured out a way to get into a locker room. He has done it. He has done it. Lonzo's back on the court. Freaking the other one's gonna be an all-star this year. The shouts to LeVar Ball, baby. The Ball brothers are back, baby.
Wow.
Ball brothers, and that's where you find. Don't put in LiAngelo, put in Ball brothers, because Lonzo wrote the song apparently, and because they just got to give LiAngelo something to do.
I
It's like,
guess.
listen, we all have over $100 million contracts in the NBA. Like, we gotta give you something to do. And he is the resident rapper of the crew. And LiAngelo Ball, Swerve, enjoy it.
Could have just been
Enjoy it.
like take the Cooper Manning approach and just like worry about the next gen or something, man. I don't know. Just Cooper.
Yeah.
Next
It's
one
like
for
the
me.
third Hemsworth brother. There's like a third one.
Yeah, right.
There's the third one. I don't know if everybody knows that. There's the third Hemsworth brother. Just chill.
Yeah, the third
Just be
property
the third
brother.
Hemsworth.
The third property brother. There's always the
Dude,
third.
I just found out about that
Oh, really?
recently. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was another property brother.
Yep.
Just chill. What are you building
Yeah.
houses for?
You just
Go out. Just chill.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, here's another group you probably haven't heard of. Your neighbors, not good neighbors, not neighbors, but your neighbors, stumbled onto him this week and the song called No Dice. He's been around for a minute, putting out some music. But it was the first kind of I had heard of him and heard of his music. So, the song No Dice, it's kind of eclectic in sound. It's like alternative meets pop meets like this heavy synth electro kind of production to it. I don't know. It works really well. It works really enough to be catchy enough and me to give him a shout out. So your neighbors and the song is No Dice.
Nice. Last one, Mac Miller. Putting out what will be his final posthumous album. This is an album that apparently a lot of this was recorded in like 2015 or something like that.
Wow.
And a lot of, great people have put this together, taken a lot of time with this thing. So I'm excited to hear it. And I'm not really into, I think the posthumous albums it's kind of slapped together what they found in the studio and they figure it out and they put a bunch of features on it, but that's not the case here. And so I'm excited. There's a song that SZA is on, but then other than that, it's just gonna be Mac Miller. So they put out a song, the album comes out next week. It's called $5 Pony Rides, and the song's really good. And I didn't think I was gonna like it when I listened to it for the first time because I was like, I don't know. And then I don't know. I just loved it. I was like, damn it, man. I just cannot believe Mac Miller, so young. I just can't believe it still.
Yeah.
And this song kind of makes you feel like that. It doesn't make you feel like, oh, that's cool to hear Mac Miller. No, it makes you feel like, oh, that's right. Mac Miller is not alive. And I'm sure there are people who were going through their Spotify or their Apple Music who are too young to know. And they're just like, oh man, who's this Mac Miller guy?
Yeah.
Like, there you go. Because that's
fair.
how good this song is, where I'm sure there are people doing that. And it's like, damn, dude, stinks. But yeah, $5 Pony Rides, Mac Miller.
Great point. Great song. Yeah. Weirdly excited, I guess, to hear that.
Yeah.
But last one for me. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this to make my list this week. I didn't expect to like this song.
Uh-oh.
But Julia Michaels and Maren Morris, Scissors.
Oh.
It works, brother. It works.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Kind of a jam. Kind of a jam.
It does.
And I don't know. I don't hate that I like it. That I do. And put it on the playlist. Yeah. Julia Michaels, Maren Morris, Scissors. It does. It just works. Great blend. Great voices coming together.
Did you watch the video?
No.
Oh, watch the video.
Watch
the
video.
video's fun. Yeah.
Okay.
For everybody listening, watch the video. Video's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah. Maren Morris is really oof. I don't know what my man. I thought their divorce was like gonna be like just we just don't like each other anymore. It's cool. We're good. No, man. Seems like some shit happened because I swear everything she puts out is like really going at a guy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's the guy we've seen you with for the last, I don't know, time you've been famous.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
sheesh.
Yeah.
And you watch the video, whew, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Makes me think something fishy was going on in there.
Yeah. A little bit.
Well, that is what we're listening to. Check out the playlist on Spotify. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Dan, any final thoughts today on the brunch breakdown?
We're here helping as much as we can. We're here to save Kohl's. We're out in front of it. Do the people's work. Get out there, save Kohl's. Wishing you all the best out there on the West Coast, DD to you and everyone around you. We appreciate you joining us through these difficult times, even though Chris says tummy it hurts and can't. But I just look forward to doing a tartar sauce taste test with you live on the Brunch Breakdown one day, and we can
Oof.
just do that together and enjoy it.
If Chris misses how many? If Chris misses more than 13 episodes this year, he has to do a tartar sauce taste test.
Oh, set the over under for what he missed last year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If he misses
There it is.
more than 13 shows, tartar sauce taste test.
That's the
That's
gauntlet.
it.
Laying it down, brother.
And that's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.